Hello, hi. I'm doing this in the gym to get a wee bit of peace and quiet, but I'm just going to go through I'm just going to break down the 5 phase protocol, right? This is something that I use more on the coaching side of things. I don't really discuss it too much with yous, but I really think that me explaining this structured way will help you in your fat loss fitness journey and maybe clear up a wee couple of things for just based on a lot of questions that I've been getting in the past couple of weeks from a few of yous. Where am I going next? What am I doing now? Oh, just feeling a bit stuck, that kind of thing. I won't keep you too long. Max will be hopefully only 3 or 4 minutes, but we're already there 45 seconds in me rambling. So the 5 phase protocol is just structure. Each phase has a clear purpose, just to optimise the results within each phase, just to manage the stress on the body and that kind of thing, right? So let's get into it. There we go. Right, 5 stages: primer, fat loss, diet break, health and building. Now when you sign up with me, you can put your bottom dollar on it that you've come from a place of yo-yo dieting and or you don't really know how to diet, you don't know how to count calories, don't know how to gym, all this kind of stuff. So normally 9 out of 10 times everybody will start in the primer phase, and I often get asked when they're in the primer phase, or the last coach that I had set my calories far too low, couldn't stick to it, all that kind of stuff. So, and when they come to me and I set their calories and stuff, they're always baffled by how much I'll allow them to eat, and that's basically because we're normally in a primer phase. So a primer phase is just a reset of the body. If, as I say, if you've been yo-yo dieting and all that kind of stuff, been trying everything under the sun, normally come to me after throwing the kitchen sink to it and you're stuck. So in this phase, now this phase lasts 2 weeks, lasts 3 months, everybody's different. And I'll normally set your calories when you first start with me at maintenance, because when you first start, you're expecting me to say, right, gym 4 times a week, 10,000 steps a day, calories at 1600. Also, I need to sleep this, I want you to drink this much water. It's just too much. It's too much for anybody to take on in the one go, right? So the main goal of this phase is just to sort of reset yourself, increase that metabolic rate, reduce the allostatic stress on the body, and just kind of get to a place where you're comfortable getting in the gym, getting moving, and keeping a wee eye on the food, right? So we're getting to that, learning how to count calories, that kind of stuff, and it's just a wee reset to just give your body the stability that it needs before we go into the next phase. And the next phase, which is normally the one everybody wants to dive into when they have a fat loss goal, and it's to shift a few pounds of extra timber. But that phase comes, but we need to be ready for that phase. And as I say, throwing the kitchen sink at it in day one normally 9 out of 10 times results in gearing up just a short couple of weeks in. So when we move on to the fat loss phase, now fat loss phase can last anywhere from 8 to 20 weeks, and that's when we're in a calorie deficit. So obviously the main goal of this is to lose body fat while maintaining as much muscle as possible. Normally you'll be in a calorie deficit. Now we've just used the primer phase to normally discover your maintenance calories. So now we know how to get into a deficit, what number that deficit looks at. And we're aiming to lose obviously 1% of body weight a week max. And if any more than that, we're normally going to be a bit too quick. Any lower than that, then that's alright, as long as we're kind of trending in the right direction. So it's a structured fat loss phase, and it ensures sustainable progress rather than the extreme dieting methods that you might have tried before, which can lead to muscle loss, metabolic slowdown, and then just gearing up, alright? So normally that is the case. That will normally last 8 to 20 weeks. Not normally go longer than that without any sort of diet breaks, and that brings us into the next part, diet break. So a diet break is just a wee break. That's exactly what it is. Now, I don't normally structure diet breaks into 9 out of 10 people, because normally what happens is, for whatever reason, somebody will be on the ball for 8 to 10 weeks, maybe they get no well, so they take a week or two off the gym anyway, and it's normally in this point where I'll say, oh, you just eat at maintenance, rest up, recover, and come back fresh. So that's a diet break. Or normally we've been dieting for so long and it's got to the wedding or it's got to your holiday and you're going to have a week or two off anyway, so that is your diet break again. But if and when required, there's diet breaks allowed. And going back to maintenance just allows for a wee physical and mental reset, and it just means that you can restart the fat loss phase again, or continue it, and normally needed for those that have quite a lot of body fat to lose, and it just helps speed up the process, gives your body a wee rest. Because remember, when you're in a calorie deficit, your body's in stress, your body's hungry, you're fatigued, your body's struggling. You might not feel it, but it is. So that's it, a diet break is. But normally people go on holidays or things like that, and we count them in anyway. So if in the event that we've managed to lose all the weight that we want to, and we're feeling really happy, we've ended our calorie deficit on 1600 calories or something like that, 2000 calories if you're a man maybe, we're then going to get into a health phase. Now, a health phase is just to basically learn what it feels like to be at maintenance. So it'll refine your maintenance. For some clients, we're going for a reverse diet, so that'll mean we're trying to build those calories up. Just remember that when you're in a calorie deficit of 1600 calories, you don't need to stay on that for the rest of your life. That'd be miserable. So we're trying to rebuild the calories back up, getting you back to a maintenance calorie amount, which will be a new maintenance, because remember, you're now more active, you're now have more muscle on you, and this just basically teaches you how to kind of sustain your progress without gaining any unnecessary fat, and getting you comfortable in how to live your new lifestyle as such, because now you're more active, now you're getting your steps all the time, you're drinking your water all the time. You can now start at this point, start looking at performance, and that brings us into the next point, which is our building phase. If it changes for me, there we go. So building phase, now I've been kind here because it's 3 months to 12 months in a calorie surplus. Now, calorie surplus doesn't mean that we go mental and it's a dirty bulk where we have McDonald's every day and all that kind of thing. It's a slight calorie surplus would be the ideal way, where we're only over the maintenance by max kind of 300 to 500 a day. And this phase takes time, but this is the feel good phase. This is the phase I love, a building phase. We're going to be lifting so much more, we're going to be focused on performance, we're going to get a faster 5k, we're going to lift heavier weights in the gym, all that kind of thing. So this phase is where we want to be the majority of our time, in order to get kind of the physique that we're looking for, and this is where we build the muscle, this is where we get to tone up, this is where we get to focus on performance goals and all that kind of stuff. So this is my favourite phase. It can last 3 to 12 months, and it can basically last as long as you're comfortable with in that building phase, as long as you maintain the calories in a small surplus and don't go too mental. It's inevitable that you will gain some fat, and that's alright. We want to get comfortable with that, but it's controlled in a way, because that brings us on to our next phase, which is a mini cut. Change please, there we go, mini cut. So a mini cut is a wee bit more aggressive than the original fat loss phase. So you just done your bulk, your building phase, and you just get to that point where I just feel like I know my performance in the gym is good, but maybe I've gained a wee bit too much fat. What we're going to do is we're just going to trim that back. So we're just going to go in quick, in and out as quick as possible. We don't want to be in a cut as any longer than we need to, because remember, we've already done the full fat loss phase, we've already done that. So a short intense fat loss phase, this is what this is. It just keeps that body composition in check, and it just allows us to then go back into a building phase, or we can move on to different sort of areas in the gym, again performance based. Now that might seem like a million miles away for you, but we're focusing on performance, and it's no, honestly, it will come a lot quicker, but you need to put the work in. We need to put the work in those original phases. You need to listen to the instructions that I'm giving you, and follow the script. You know, the closer that you follow what you need to do, the boxes that you should be ticking every single day, with the steps and the calories and the sleep and the water and the stress and all the rest of it, we're keeping all that in control, the quicker you get in and out. Fat loss is done, let's move on. What we're looking at now, I feel great, I look great, I can get my wedding, I can go on my holiday, I'm going to look good for whatever it is, alright? I'm going to feel good, I'm going to run faster, I'm going to lift heavier, I'm going to be better all round. So I hope that gives you some clarity and my coaching methods and what I'm always thinking in the background of where you are, where I think you fit in. Now, most of the people that come and join, I'll put them straight into a primer phase. I just want to get to know them, just get them in the gym, get them working, get them moving. And normally you do see results in that phase, so don't think that, oh, you're joining up with me and it's going to be about 2 months before I start seeing results. Just by you moving more, lifting more, and being a wee bit more food conscious, you're going to make changes and you're going to see change. So, and listen, we don't jump and chop and change what phase we're in. We kind of need it to be structured. We kind of need to ensure that, you know, where you know where you are at all the time in terms of these phases. Just so that you know, like, what's next. Am I going to be in a diet forever? Hopefully no. Hopefully if you can get in and get dieted, get the fat off, we can have a wee diet break and go into a health phase, all that kind of stuff. We can do all the good fun stuff, alright? So I hope that clears it up. If you feel a wee bit lost, if you don't know where you are, then just reach out, have a message with me, and we'll clear that up and we'll get some sort of plan in place for you as an individual. Alright? See you later.